Who or what is actually the Louvre? We are talking about a museum. Not just any museum, of course, but another Parisian landmark that enjoys international renown. The Louvre is therefore a frequent stop for tourists planning a city trip to the City of Love. Around 10 million visitors flock to the museum every year, which is located in the Palais du Louvre, the former residence of the French kings. About 380,000 works are presented there on an exhibition area of more than 60,000 square meters. The Louvre is the third largest museum in the world. Today, it is difficult to say exactly when the Palais du Louvre was built. According to estimates, however, the year of construction of the Louvre was probably around the year 1200. By order of King Philippe II. To him, a fortress was to be built to protect against invaders and enemies. As early as the 14th century, King Charles V Le Sage had the structure transformed into a palace, which in turn served as a residence for French kings from the 16th century. During the years of reign, more precisely at each change of throne, the palace was both rebuilt and expanded, so that today we witness a structure of 135,000 square meters. After the royal court was moved to Versailles in the 17th century, the city took over the building and used it in various ways. In the meantime, artists, cabaret artists, and the seat of the Académie Française, among others, benefited from it. So when did it become a public museum? We have the French Revolution to thank for that. 1793, the Palais du Louvre was the first place where works of art confiscated from the nobility by the revolutionaries were exhibited and presented to the public. The palace was used in this way for only 11 years before Napoleon made it his residence and the museum closed again. It was not until 1870 that the Louvre reopened its doors as a museum. The last renovation took place in the 1980s, and in 1980 the glass pyramid was erected and used as the museum's entrance hall. As mentioned before, you will find about 380,000 exhibits on a fabulous area of 60,000 square meters, which belongs to the museum. Only the New York Museum of Art and the Hermitage in St. Petersburg delight their visitors with an even larger area. The treasures in the Louvre are distributed in 3 parts of the building and on 4 floors. With a total area of 135,000 square meters, even more institutions find their place in the Palais du Louvre. The palace also houses the École du Louvre, a college of art history, the Central Association of Decorative Arts with its collections and library, and the Center for Research and Restoration of Museums. Already 1993 was also opened the Carrousel du Louvre, a shopping center connected underground to the Louvre.